Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, preview of Manchester United Fulham, I have a really important petition that I need you guys to go over and sign as soon as possible. So I know this petition is going to mean just as much to me as it does to everyone else. It's a petition to put me in goal on Sunday instead of the two Chocolate brothers, Onana and Bayindir. Both these guys have done irreparable damage to all Manchester United fans' mental health in the past year, and it's time we took a stand. And as you can see guys, we're already up to one signature so far, so we are well on our way to making this a real possibility. So anyway, we'll see how that petition goes, and hopefully by Sunday I'll get a call from Ruben and the boys to hop in goal. But we won't focus on that too much. We're here to talk about Manchester United Fulham. I know it's only second game of the season, but I feel like we kind of have to win, especially with how well we played against Arsenal but didn't pick up any points. It feels like we need a win, and we need a good win, because I think how we played was a really important part of last week, and how, yes, it was frustrating we didn't get the ball in the net, which is the main objective of football, obviously, but we played really well. I've been thinking all throughout this week that basically that game against Arsenal was the best we've played in terms of keeping the ball, moving the ball, creating chances against a Big Six team that I can remember. I can't remember the last time we had that much possession against a Big Six team. It felt like, especially under Solskjaer, whenever we won against big teams, we always had to sit in and counter-attack with Rashford, Martial. I won't mention his name, but we know who we're talking about here. Whereas the game against Arsenal, it felt a lot more like we were in control. And yes, as I said before my last video, Arsenal were really bad, but we were good for our standards, I guess. And yeah, the standards are lower than they've ever been, obviously. We finished 15th last season and had just the worst campaign possible. I'm a bit worried about the game. Craven Cottage isn't an easy place to go. It was actually one of the few places we actually won last season. We won away at Fulham, which was very surprising. Although it was a really lucky goal, if anyone remembers. It was like a deflected goal from Lissandro that looped over the keeper into the top corner. So it was lucky, but we had pretty much no other luck last season. So I guess we use all our luck in a random league game against Fulham. Okay, so let's get into my team prediction, team that we're going to play against Fulham. Obviously, we're going to stick with Amarim's 3-4-3, which I'm not a big fan of. But look, we gave him the job knowing full well this is the formation he was going to play. We just got to kind of deal with it, and hopefully it works out. So same back three that played against Arsenal: Shaw, De Ligt, Yoro. Really impressed with the three of them actually, especially defensively. De Ligt, Yoro and Shaw's ball carrying was a nice positive, especially when Arsenal sat deep. They could bring the ball forward quite a lot. And then moving a bit further up the pitch, we have Dorgu, Bruno, Casemiro and Amad. I've gone with Amad over Dalot this game. I think starting Dalot was smart from Amarim and necessary. We couldn't have predicted that Arsenal were going to be that poor, and if we played Amad and Mbeumo from the start against Arsenal, against Martinelli and Calafiori, that could have gone horribly wrong. So I think Amarim was right to start Dalot. On Fulham's left-hand side, they have Iwobi, and I think Calvin Bassey sometimes plays left-back. Iwobi's a very hard-working winger, he gets up and down a lot. So I think Mbeumo will benefit from having Amad make runs alongside him. I hope they don't get in each other's way. Last week against Arsenal, when Cunha did that Cruyff turn around the corner and played in Mbeumo, sorry. Mbeumo tried to cut back in and take a shot, and Ahmed made like a really weird run also inside, which kind of cut off Mbeumo's options. Ahmad should have stayed on the outside, but that was only one action throughout the game, and we only got to see Ahmad and Mbeumo together for about 30 minutes, so I'd like to see them from the start. Dorgu, I'm really interested in seeing if he can keep up this form. Dorgu against Arsenal was kind of our outball, so when Bruno and Casemiro were coming towards our centre backs and Arsenal pushed up, Dorgu was making runs in behind, and there are a few times where we got nice balls in behind and he had a lot of space to run into, so hopefully we can see more of that. And as for the front three, Cunha and Mbeumo, obviously I'm so excited, I'm buzzing to see those guys play again. Every time they both got on the ball on Sunday, I was on the edge of my seat just waiting for something to happen. It'd be nice for one of them to get on the score sheet, or both of them to get in the score sheet, even better. And I've put in Sesko instead of Mount. Mount was really good last week, especially first half, but again, we lack that box presence. We need a number 9. It'd be great to see Sesko from the start. Really excited to see how quickly he adapts and settles in. I really hope for his sake and for my sake and for everyone's sake that he just settles in straight away, because the last time we had a striker who just hit the ground running, Ronaldo made a good start a few years back, but then he faded off. Cavani had a slow start, but he got into it as the season progressed. The last kind of number 9 that made a really good start with us was Lukaku, I think. And we know how that went. He just kind of really trailed off as Christmas time came around. So I really want a number 9 to just come in, make that striker spot his own, have no many more questions around the striker. Sesko just comes in, he plays, he scores, Happy days. As for Fulham's danger men, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, I'm not that familiar with Fulham. I didn't watch much Premier League football last season unless it was United, because I was just so tuned out because of how terrible we were. But yeah, Fulham away, it's just not a game you really look forward to in the sense of it's going to be easy. I don't think it'll be a high scoring game. I'd like to think we might score a couple goals, maybe a 2-0 or a 2-1. I just can't see us keeping a clean sheet. If everyone signs a petition and I start the game, I could see a clean sheet possibly. But if Onana or Bayender start, yeah, we're not keeping a clean sheet. I'd be very surprised if we did. So yeah, this is just a short little starting XI preview. I will be uploading a match reaction after the game. I'd say I'm fairly confident we'd win. I'm actually just excited about the game. It's been so long since I've looked forward to watching Manchester United play football. And the fact that I have that excitement now, I hope they can give me something where I can continue that excitement into the next coming months of the season. I want to see us win a game where we score a nice goal or dominate a game. Man United don't dominate teams anymore. We just counter-attack and hope for the best. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Leave your score prediction in the comments below. I'm going to say 2-0 United. No. I said 2-0 United and I just got a flashback of Onana or Bayender, whichever one. I think it'll be 2-1. I think we're going to win 2-1 against Fulham. The midfield two, Bruno and Casemiro. I wasn't confident last week when I saw it on the starting graphic against Arsenal. I thought they'd get overrun. Now, we didn't, which I think was partly down to Arsenal not being very good. But also, they kept it simple. They did their job. Bruno was a bit shaky sometimes out of possession, which is normal. He's not very disciplined out of possession. He works very hard, but his discipline in terms of timing, when to jump in and engage in tackles and when to move forward, isn't that of a two-man midfielder. So that's a bit worrying. But as long as Ugarte isn't playing, then I'm okay. I wouldn't mind Mainu. I was thinking as I was doing this graphic, Mainu Casemiro might be quite good, but there's not much legs in that midfield. One thing about Bruno, he's not the fastest, he's not the most tactically disciplined off the ball in terms of timing of his tackles and that kind of thing, but he can run all day. He's robust, he will get up and down, and in a two-man midfield you need ideally both midfielders to be able to do that, but at the very least one. So I think we'll stick with Bruno Casemiro just because I wouldn't say it's hard to say it worked when we lost against Arsenal, but it did okay. It wasn't anything too special, but it was okay. Honestly, I'm getting a bit worried about Mainu. I want to see Mainu play some minutes. And when Ugarte came on for Mainu last week against Arsenal, that was quite worrying. But yeah, I hope Amram finds a way to get Mainu into this team, into this system. I know there's questions around his physicality and how quick he can get up and down the pitch, but technically on the ball, he's our best midfielder in terms of getting out of tight spaces, progressing the ball, playing between the lines. So we have to try our best to get him into the team, I think. But again, the longer Amram sticks with this two-man midfield, with the midfield options that we have, I think the more difficult he's going to find it. But yeah, that's enough rambling for a game that hasn't even happened yet. I'm going to say 2-1 Manchester United. I was thinking 2-0, but unless this petition really takes off, we are going to play Bayender or Onana in goal, which doesn't fill anyone anywhere with any confidence whatsoever. So yeah, 2-1 Manchester United. That's my prediction. I'll be back over the weekend. It'll probably be uploaded Sunday or Monday, my reaction to the Fulham game. Hopefully it's a positive one. Let me know your score prediction in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.